Can we coexist with individuals with a serial killer mindset in the future world? This video is a bit of a dedication to Halloween month. Have you ever wondered what will happen to someone with a mindset of a serial killer who is born in a future world? Does our science or medical abilities improve enough to cater to such individuals? Can we figure out if a person is going to exhibit that behavior beforehand and if there are better ways to help? Let's explore. According to FBI, a serial killer is someone who has murdered 3 or more people at different occasions, usually with a mindset that is bent out of norm and looks to harm people physically for abnormal psychological gratification. There are still active serial killers in today's world. A recent one is in California's city of Stockton, who has possibly 6 victims. The person has done murders by shooting homeless people from April 2021 to September 2022. Not even this, the city of Denver, Chicago also reported active serial killers in the area. Now the purpose of this video is not to scare you, but to shed more light on how the future will survive these individuals. Can they survive a futuristic world which is so equipped with data on an individual? Will they cease to do what they do with people? Are there alternatives to cure them in the future? Behavior recognition. In the movie Minority Report in 2002, they have something called precog that possesses a psychic ability to see events in future, and they primarily used for arresting murderers before they commit crimes or find accused of premeditated murder before it happens in future. We could expect this precog-like functionality to exist in the future world. To have technology that this one will require the population to be an active part of medical programs like regular health checks. A mental health check will be a mandatory part of these health checks, and it does provide a map of a person's psychological analysis and behavioral analysis on the go. The data retrieval from a human brain and its synapses can be very well calculated using wearables in future when certain events play out around the subject. This could also measure the reaction of a person's aggressiveness and also mark the threshold of its capacity of keeping sane and when it is turning into pleasure. This data, when churned through multiple human learning models, which can be an advanced form of machine learning models in AI, may design the mental state of the person in pleasant and extreme situations. It may also predict up to what extent that person can go when presented with those circumstances and situations to achieve that satisfaction that coincide with the mind of a serial killer. Each unique individual will bring its unique abilities and unique experience. The spectrum to choose an individual with such characteristics will have to be cautiously calculated. And not only serial killing, it can be brought by other mental disorders like multiple personality, sleepwalking, and more. There is fine line between medical explanation and taboo. How it is looked upon in the norms of society and law is yet to be debated after venturing into precog-like mechanisms. Virtual reality. In the words of Elon Musk, we are living in a simulation that could arguably hold true in the future world. With the advent of virtual reality, we are sewing a virtual world around us, which may be part of our reality. Today, serial killers are part of the biggest games that we play on computers, be it Neb in Baldur's Gate, Eddie Lowe in GT4, or Pigman from Fallout 4. The introduction to these serial killers make for an interesting mystery-line gameplay and kind of tells how much we are intrigued by these individuals. Some games go a step further and let you don the avatar of a serial killer and play as him. What could happen when we blend our future world of virtual reality with this gaming experience and give real serial killers a chance to be themselves and create a situation of their own in a monitored situation? It could be a prescription sort of thing that could come from neuro experts who are looking for a cure for such mental states. In the show Dexter, the main character, Dexter Morgan, is accepted as a serial killer by his father. He helps him to build a code around him to survive in society, slowly help him find a way to satisfy his urges to murder. With this code, he lives a two-faced life, one where he is a vigilante serial killer, and other one a normal person working in the homicide department of Miami Police. With behavior recognition and VR blend, these individuals can lead lives as themselves, where there is room for cure. Now, to call them suffering from a disease is another debate, which we leave for experts. Controlled wearables or drugs. We use nicotine patches to control our urge to smoke, use meditation to control our moods or anxieties, among many other things. Is there a room for making such control mechanism for behaviors, be it in form of wearables? In new studies, it is shown that serial killers prioritize rewards in decision-making. Consequences are of little or no value to serial killers. A normal brain makes decisions by weighing out the rewards of a particular action against the consequences. For example, in making the decision to not drive drunk, we are weighing and measuring the potential consequences of our actions. In the psychopathic mind, an action which gives a reward is the most valued in the decision-making process, and the consequences are of little or no concern. These individuals usually exhibit antisocial personality disorder. It is characterized by the lack of remorse and empathy and outwardly aggressive behaviors. The neural mechanism of a psychopathic brain unduly influences the psychopath towards violence. Then controlling the spontaneous neuronal activity would be critical to controlling the harmful decision-making of psychopaths. If the spontaneous firing of neurons can be controlled in the future with wearables or pharmacological interventions, it could be possible to change the negative influence these spontaneously fired neurons have on the decision-making process in psychopaths. We wish that the future is hopeful in how science can learn to rehabilitate the serial killers and give them a chance to coexist. If you liked the video, then please consider subscribing.